Hi, welcome you all for online spoken faculty development program on advanced communication laboratory. Today we'll discuss about the experiment number 5, session 1, wireless channel simulation using MATLAB. For that, we discuss about what is a wireless channel simulation. Under this heading, the preliminary things what we discuss is what is actually a channel and what is a channel modeling and what is wireless channel modeling and what are the fading methods we have come across. It is Rayleigh and Raisian. This is the basic and important fading methods, and we'll discuss about the CLACS model. What is a channel? Channel is nothing but a communication channel is a medium used to transmit information from one point to another point. Generally, we'll consider the channel as a two types, a wired and a wireless channel. Wired channel is a single path connected and the movement is mostly restricted, but for the wireless, there is no boundary. It is a multipath wireless signal and mobile to another mobile or one point to another point. This movement is not restricted. Though the wired channels are very fast and cost effective, one is more secure, but they are short ranged, movement is restricted. Regarding the channel modeling, ideally modeling a channel is calculated by all the physical processing affecting a signal from the transmitter to the receiver. Why we need to model a channel? Because the channel may be a digital or analog. So the channel models will be two types. One may be the digital channel model or another may be an analog channel model. Based on the signal which is transmitted, we can say it is an analog or digital. When it is a digital signal, so all the signals are modeled as a discrete one. But for the analog channel model, we can consider or model the signal as an analog. Okay, now what is wireless channel modeling? Right, we have neglected the wired one. We are moving under the domain of the wireless domain. So under the wireless channel modeling, there are three main mechanisms of electromagnetic wave propagation. What are the main three are the reflection, diffraction and scattering. These points will come across from the school days: reflection, diffraction and the scattering. In a simple diagram, it is shown the transmitter and one receiver. There are many paths A, B, C and D. A is the free space path and the line of sight from the transmitter to the receiver. Maybe we can consider the signal may be of free space. There is no disturbance at all, right? And the path B may be reflected from the rooftop. So from the transmitter, the signal is not directly sent to the receiver, right? The signal is reflected by a surface and it is received in the receiver. And the C, the signal may be to the high end building at the top of the building or any surface which is diffracting a signal. So the path C is nothing but the diffracted signal. Maybe the edge, right, and the corners of the roof may be diffracting a signal. And the D is a scattering. That scattering may be of a different paths. In the diagram it is shown that even oak tree leaves may scatter the signal, or the road even it may scatter the signal, right? So there are basic D number of paths. There is 4 number of paths are there to give a signal: reflected, diffracted and scattered. And A is the free space. It is not, this is fictitious. It is not possible to get a free space signal. As a sample, we are saying that it is a free space, right? So that there are three main mechanisms of reflection, diffraction and the scattering. And these are the possibilities, or that with the diagram we can understand and we can cultivate the student to understand what is reflection, diffraction and the scatter. And regarding the wireless channel modeling, due to the electromagnetic wave propagation mechanisms, the radio propagation can be roughly described by the three nearly independent phenomenon. So the three are the independent phenomenon. What are the three? The three are the pathless. First is the pathless, second one is the shadow fading, third one is the multipath fading. So under the pathless, it's a long-term attenuation. So a signal is transmitted from one point to another, right? When it's go for a long distance, it will go for attenuation. This attenuation is a deterministic one. It depends only on the transmitter and the receiver distance. It's based on the distance between the transmitter and the receiver. But for the shadow fading, it's a short-term fluctuation, and this is stochastic distribution. The stochastic is nothing but random probability distribution or a pattern that may be analyzed stochastically but may not be predicted precisely. We cannot predict the signal is precise. There is nothing but a stochastic, and it depends on the terrain conditions. And regarding the multipath fading, it's a short-term fluctuation again. It's also a stochastic. We cannot predict precisely, and it may be a superposition or the addition of the different paths that is called the multipath fading. And regarding the wireless channel modeling, so the total attenuation will be the addition of all the three, that is path loss, shadowing of the signals, and multipath fading. See, when in the decibels we can add, otherwise we can multiply. So attenuation due to the path loss, that is the suffix of PL, and the second one is ASH, is nothing but the shadowing, and the third one is the multipath fading. So we'll discuss about the modeling and how the simulation is going to we are going to discuss about this multipath fading with the help of the MATLAB code. And the multipath fading in wireless communication system is commonly modeled by a Rayleigh and Raisian distributions. Okay, we will discuss about what is Rayleigh and Raisian distribution. This is a close approximation of attenuation due to the multipath fading in wireless channels. It can be done by the Rayleigh fading. That Rayleigh fading is there is no line of sight component is present, that is called the Rayleigh fading. When the line of sight is present, it is coming under the category of the Raisian fading. So we can keep in mind that there are two categories. The basic distributions are Rayleigh and Raisian. Rayleigh is no line of sight component is present, but for the Raisian, line of sight component is present. Generally, we will say the LOS. LOS is not present, or LOS may be present. These are the conventional distribution methods. So regarding the Rayleigh distribution, so the Rayleigh random variable may be considered as a capital R, or the probability distribution function is the expectation of x. It is nothing but the integral of x into f of x. So x into f of x is given under the integral symbol, and the distribution will look like in the diagram. See, the Rayleigh distribution, that is sigma, means there is a random variable x, and the Rayleigh distribution is a shape parameter is nothing but the sigma, and the probability density function x is greater than 0. So this is called the probability density function. The density function curve is shown in the diagram. When the sigma varies, the shape parameter varies, the distribution function, the density function varies as given in the diagram. As starting from the 0.5 to the shape function 4 is shown in the diagram. So the Rayleigh distribution can also be got by taking two independent and identically distributed zero mean Gaussian random variables as a real and imaginary parts of the complex number, then taking its magnitude by presented in the diagram. And this is a MATLAB code to generate or to study the random distribution, that is a Rayleigh distribution as mentioned. So the coding describes a simple coding of the Rayleigh distribution. So the variance is fixed, and x we are generating the random signals of n numbers. N may be a number of samples to generate any value that we can put a lengthy value, and we are generating a random noise over there, Rayleigh fading, so for the envelope with the desired variance, and we are just giving the equation what we have shown in the plot, right, in the presentation that we are generating as a code, right, and we can print the how the Rayleigh signal is generated with the help of the random noise, and we can generate the envelope of the Rayleigh fading signal. We can compare the theoretical and also the distribution of the signal, simulated one, and the theoretical Rayleigh equation with the variance of 0.5. This is a sample MATLAB code. So this is the output of the MATLAB code with the variance, that is 0.5. because it is a standard. When we go for these Rayleigh distribution, sigma is a standard, shape function is 0.5. So the code is generated for 0.5. So the blue color line shows it is a 0.5. So similarly, now the simulated PDF and the theoretical PDF are one and the same for the variance, it is 0.5. So for a wireless channel, the envelope of the channel response is modeled to have a Rayleigh distribution, and the Rayleigh fading is a reasonable model when there are many objects in the environment that scatter the radio signal before it reaches the receiver. And next one is a Rayleigh fading model. When there is a direct path between the transmitter and receiver, in addition to the many reflected paths, then the channel is said to undergo the Rayleigh fading. So we discussed that Rayleigh fading is when the line of sight path is present between the transmitter and receiver, in addition to the many reflected path. That is called the Rayleigh fading. So here is also the K is a shape factor, starting from minus infinite to maybe infinite leads to the Rayleigh. But in the diagram it shows that from minus infinite. It is used when line of sight, that is LYS path or other dominant non-fading path exists. It is characterized by a Rayleigh factor as K. There for the Rayleigh it is a shape factor sigma, but for the Rayleigh it is K, that compares a signal power in non-fading path to the variance of multipath. If the K is starting from minus infinite, if it leads to the infinite value, the Rayleigh leads to the Rayleigh distribution. Both are one and the same when it leads to an infinite value. So regarding the Rayleigh fading model, we discussed that it is a dominant, that is when the line of sight path exists. It's coming under the category of the Rayleigh. The small scale fading envelope distribution is called as a Rayleigh. That is a short term attenuation it leads to, the fluctuation is short term. When the Rayleigh leads to the Rayleigh, as the line of sight fades away. When there is no line of sight, it leads to the Rayleigh. That is what we have discussed. And this is the Rayleigh distribution model equation. Peak is the A, capital A is the peak amplitude of the LYS, and I naught is the modified Bessel function of the first kind of zero order. These are all the equation of the function, that is shape function capital K in decibels. It depends on the peak amplitude of the line of sight signal. When A tends to 0, that is peak amplitude is 0 and K is minus infinity dB, right, the Rayleigh leads to the Rayleigh function. So when we talk about the delay spread and Doppler spread, right, for this, when we have an n number of paths, it's a possibility of delay spread and the Doppler spread. When there are different delays for each path, it's called the delay spread, and the different attenuation for each path, that we can understand. And it is a constant channel versus the effect of motion we can discuss when we go for modeling the delay and the Doppler effects. When there is a change in the carrier frequency, we have to concentrate on the Doppler spread. So the CLACS model will be developed based on the Rayleigh fading model, and it assumes isotropic scattering, and it is assuming a linear relationship between the input and output, and it will generate the Rayleigh channel model using two different Gaussian distributions. And this can develop a spectrum analysis of the CLACS model to include the Doppler effect. And this CLACS model describes the transmission by a Gaussian random process mainly. These are uncorrelated, the TC and TS are the uncorrelated zero mean Gaussian random variables, and the random variable described as an RFT. The channel response value is called, that's RFT, that has a Rayleigh PDF, that is probability density function. And this is derived by the Doppler shift that can be included into the channel model by passing this random variable, random process through the filter, matched filter. And this model describes with the block diagram as the input is a baseband Gaussian random variable is applied, and the two carriers cos 2 pi fct and the sin 2 pi fct, the carrier signal is fed into the signal, and when we add the two signals and pass through a Doppler filter, that is nothing but the R of t, that is the random signal. This Clax model algorithm is detailed is given in the Rappaport book. So the Clax model for the flat fading in wireless communications, principles and practice by Rappaport in detail. The steps are clearly given in the simulation of these Clax code and Gun's fading model, with a block diagram showing the frequency domain implementation of a relay fading simulator at baseband. So we have to generate the process for the three such waveforms of R of t and find the cross correlation between the values among them. Then we can tabulate to understand how the Clax model works. And this is what the simulation is given in the Rappaport as a Gaussian probability distribution function and the Rayleigh PDF of Clax model. And the Doppler filter output will be for the Clax model will look like this. And this is the autocorrelation function of the Clax model. So as a conclusion, you can say that there are two major attenuations in the wireless signals, that is path loss and the fading. Rayleigh fading channel models are fairly good approximations to model the multipath fading in the real life, but the Clax model is one of the first Rayleigh distribution models in the Rayleigh implementations, as a huge cross correlation. So we have discussed about the Rayleigh and the Raising distributions in this wireless channel simulation. So when we say about the implementation of the Rayleigh PDF as the sum of the sinusoids method may be used as a future work to work with the Rayleigh and Raising distributions with the complex models of the Clax and Jigs can model the real life wireless channels even better. And we can go for the radio receiver implementation also. Thank you for watching this wireless channel simulation and the online spoken faculty development program on Advanced Communication Laboratory. Thank you.